Welcome to Book Banter with me, your host, Dianne Burckhardt. I hope you will join me every Wednesday as we explore all things to do with, well, books. Let's get on with our show today. Hello, my happy people. Today is November 9th, 2022, and I am actually so excited. I'm glad that you could be here with me today because there's so many cool things going on. I don't know if you've noticed, but for like the last year, I've kind of lost my enthusiasm for a lot of the stuff that I was doing as far as the books were concerned. And I've come to realize it was just because I was so burnt out. I had been working on everything nonstop since about 2015 when I published my first self-published book, Into the West, The Orphan Train. I have been working so hard almost every single day trying to build my social media platforms and my following, trying to get people to know who I am and what I'm doing. And I've been working, nights and weekends and staying up until like 4 o'clock in the morning while my husband was asleep and getting up the next day and working the entire time that he was in the house with me. And I've been doing that for years, and I think I got to the point where I wore myself out and I just lost a lot of my enthusiasm. But since I have been taking some time off recently, I'm starting to get that enthusiasm back. I've been reading more, other people's work, not my own. And as a matter of fact, the book that I have been reading lately, it's called The Vibrant Years. I'm going to go ahead and tell you about it now. This is somebody that I'm hoping will be on my podcast. This book is amazing. Now, I'm going to be perfectly honest here. If I had picked this book up at the bookstore and read the back of it, I probably wouldn't have bought it because in all honesty, it's just not my sort of typical genre. I'm much more of the paranormal, werewolf, sci-fi kind of book girl. I love J.R. Ward's Black Dagger Brotherhood, Patricia Briggs and all of her Mercy books. I love a lot of the stuff that Laurel K. Hamilton does. It's that kind of a genre. So whenever you get these more realistic family interaction kind of reality books, I don't tend to go for those. I go for escapism. So this kind of a book is not typically something that I pick up, and it's kind of sad because I am really loving it. When I just sat down and read like the first 4 pages, I was hooked and could not wait to get back to the book. Since I went back and picked it up again to read it, I read through half the book in one setting because it just kept me on the edge wanting to know what was next. I actually had a hard time putting it down to go to sleep. I wanted to keep reading. So you need to look up this book. It comes out on December 1st, going to release on Amazon, and it's called The Vibrant Years. And I hope that I'm going to pronounce this author's name right because I've only seen it in writing. I haven't heard anybody say it yet. But she is an Indian American romance novelist, not to be confused with Native American. She's Indian. Her name is Sonali Dev. I'm going to spell that here for you so that you can find her a little bit easier. It's Sonalidev. Now, this is not the first book to be published by Sonali Dev. She has had books on the USA Today bestseller book list before, and some of her other titles include Pride, Prejudice, and Other Flavors, A Bollywood Affair, Recipe for Persuasion, and Incense and Sensibility, among other titles. You should really look her up. And I have to admit, I am really curious about trying some of her other books because I've enjoyed this one, The Vibrant Years, so much that I really want to check out some of her other work. It's just that good. A very interesting fact about this book is it is being published by a new house, Mindy's Book Studio, which you might recognize the person who runs this book imprint. It's Mindy Kaling, who you might know from The Office. She is not only an actress and comedian, but she is also a screenwriter and producer, and now she is going to be a book publisher, and she is supporting other Indian American authors to help get their work out into the public. And that is such a great thing because this first book is fantastic. This seems like it should be something that is a pick for Reese Witherspoon's book club or an Oprah book club. It's that kind of a book. But a lot of those books that I have read from those kinds of book clubs never hooked me the way that this one did. I identified so much with all of these characters. They were so relatable, and it made me care about them. This is a book I can highly recommend, and I'm not even finished with it yet. I'm only halfway through. I cannot wait to find out how this book ends because so far it has been phenomenal. And I'm hoping so hard that I will get to have her on my podcast and we can find out more about her, what her plans on for other books, and how she is doing with all this recognition for the Vibrant Years, because I'm sure she's getting some good press with this because there's no way she can't with, if anybody reads it, they're going to want to talk to her about it because it's fantastic. But I think I've gushed about her enough. We're going to go on and talk about a few more things today. One, I am getting so excited for the She Inspires award ceremony that is coming up at the end of this month. The awards are being presented on the 23rd, which is Thanksgiving. Of course, it's going to be in the UK, so it's not Thanksgiving there. But we just recently went out dress shopping because I was very happy to wear my brown dress that I have. I've had this dress for at least 15 years. I know I've had it 15, probably more like 20. But I love this dress, and I was more than happy to wear it to the awards ceremony. But my husband finally came out and told me that he really hates this dress and really, really, really wanted me to get a new one. So we went out looking in town, and I was just really amazed at the lack of dresses in my size because I am not that much above average size here for the women in my area. But we're also in the fashion center of Germany. We have like Prada and Chanel and, Michael Kors and all of these big name designers. And unfortunately, a lot of the shops here tend to sell sizes that are like runway model kind of sizes. And that is definitely not me. So we had a hard time finding anything that was even an evening gown in my size. And whenever we did find it, it was something that I would expect, the grandmother of the bride to wear to a formal wedding, not something that I would want to wear to an awards banquet. And if we did find something that was nice, the prices were ridiculous. The ones that we found cost more than my wedding dress. There was no way I was going to pay that for an evening gown for one award ceremony. So we hit online and we actually found one that we both liked and decided to take a chance and order it. It got here in like 3 days. It was amazing. And the dress is beautiful and it's comfortable and it just really was reasonably priced. It was like a fantastic find all the way around. And the material is a little bit stretchy. It doesn't have pockets, which I know a lot of you women are probably wondering if it had pockets. It does not. The only downfall to this dress. But it's a stretchy material, so it's really comfortable and breathable. And I'm looking forward to wearing this dress. I'm really excited about it now. And normally I am not a fashionista. I do not get excited about clothes. If I have jeans and a hoodie, I'm good. But every once in a while, I do like to, put on something nice and try and be girly, at least for an evening. I can manage it for, less than 24 hours. But this should be really fun. And I'm getting excited. And the people who are going to be at this event are just amazing. There are businesswomen and entrepreneurs and authors and TV personalities and politicians. It's going to be an incredible networking event, and I am so looking forward to it. The people who are going to be there are so accomplished and so influential in their fields. This is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to share all of the things that I learn and the people that I meet there with all of you. It should be fun. Now that little bit of business is over with, I do want to talk about my books. I had put off the last book of the Into the West saga serial because I just was not feeling it. What was really interesting every book that I had written in the Into the West Saga serial just poured out of me when I sat down at the computer. I sat down, wrote it straight through. Didn't even really think about it too much. It just came out. But when I started to do the last one, it was like trying to pull on a girdle that's 3 sizes too small. I mean, it was a serious struggle. I know that's probably a horrible metaphor for some of you out there, but it's just, it really was the way it felt, that I was trying so hard to force something that was not going to work. It was just not going to happen. So I set it aside for a while. And right now, I am starting to feel jazzed about it again. So I've been trying to work on both The Touch, my new thriller that I'm working on as Dianne Burckhardt, and working on the Into the West Saga serial final book, Into the West Family Ties. The thing that's really interesting is my little experiment trying to work on both does seem to be working. I think having the nice family-friendly Into the West book to go back and forth with my hardcore, heavy serial killer thriller is a good balance, actually. I thought it might be a little weird, but I think it's a nice break from that mental space that I have to go into for the murder mystery. It's nice to go back and have something that's wholesome and clean reads and nothing too heavy. It's a good balance. I think this is actually going to work, and I'm looking forward to showing you a little bit of a sneak peek from Into the West Family Ties here. I think maybe we'll do that next week because we're getting ready to take a break again whenever I'm going to be off for the awards ceremony in the UK. That week there will not be a podcast. So if I have something that I can record quickly ahead of time, I'll do it and then set it to post while we're gone. We'll see what happens. I'm also looking at ending season 1 for this podcast here around mid-December. We're going to have our daughter here in Germany with us for the holiday. So I want to take the time off and actually spend time with my family while we're all together. We're missing one daughter. She's going to stay in Chile, where both the girls live. They're twins, but fraternal, not identical. Thank you, God. And one of them is going to be here for Christmas this year. One has been here for Christmas before. So this is the chance for the other twin to get to come and spend Christmas with us. And I really want to be able to spend that time enjoying time with my family. So I'm going to go ahead and end the season, take like a month off of the podcast between the middle of December and the middle of January so that we can, have a good holiday season together. And what I might do is set some of the interviews that I have had with great guests, which all my guests have been fantastic. So the shows that I will not be here for, I'm going to replay some of the best interviews that we've had from season 1. I will be posting information, of course, on social media. So if you have missed some of our great guests on our podcast, this will be your opportunity to get caught up again. So keep watching all the social media for the announcements. While I'm sitting here making all these plans for how I'm going to end season 1, the funny thing is I am already trying to schedule some new great author guests for season 2. I want to really have a amazing, powerful opening to season 2. And I'm talking to some of my other author friends, and I'm trying to talk them into, bribe them, blackmail them, whatever it takes, to get them to be on our show and talk to you about their work. Because I have been lucky enough to run into some amazing authors, and I really want to have them to be able to share their work with you because these people are so fascinating and their work is so good. You really need to know who they are and find their work because it's worth reading. So keep watching. I'm going to go get some writing done today. I really need to get some more pages put in for both of the books today. And I've got so many other things that I'm working on, trying to get some more TikTok videos for you. I have to write a 1-minute acceptance speech in case I happen to be the person who wins my category. I want to have a sneak peek next week, and there'll be some other things that I'm working on, and who knows, maybe I'll be able to tell you when I have the next author interview scheduled for you to listen to. So I hope you all have a fantastic Wednesday today. Go forth and do something fun that makes you happy.